Don't let other people dictate your goals. Welcome to Strong for Life Live. This is Coach Josh Wood down here in Hobart, Tasmania. It's a bit rainy today, but it's not bad. It hasn't been too cold. It is the 22nd of August, and I'm late. Sorry, folks. I always do this live, and for whatever reason, Facebook wasn't letting me do my thing. So I do apologize for being late today. Um, but hey, it's technology. Something has to go wrong, and that's all right. Let's just do a couple quick announcements. So, first of all, there's been some new star client interviews in the Become Strong for Life Facebook group. Some great conversations with people from different walks of life. An interview last week with Haley, which has been in the group um, for the last few days. And then I had a great conversation with Ed, who you will hear from soon. Both really interesting people. Haley is Haley is what? Haley is a mother of two. She's very busy with a executive job in the company she works for. Yet somehow she manages everything and makes it all balance. And Ed is a very interesting and talented guy who's done a lot of adventuring in his life, has a lot of lessons. But he started lifting at 52 years old, and at 53 he is jacked. So that's always nice to see. It's always fun to hear their stories and see what wisdom they've gained from the journey and then share it with everyone. Now, what else we got? Lean for Life 2023 Weight Loss Challenge is wrapping up at the end of the week. Next week, we will announce the winners. So, three winners for that. One is getting a complimentary coaching package, the rest are going to get nutrition packages. And it's just been super cool to see the journey that these individuals have taken. Some came in for weight loss, which was kind of the point, whereas some they actually came in just to get strong, and that works too. So that's it for announcements. Let's talk about stuff. Something I have seen recently, and I've seen it within coaching circles, and I see it online all the time, and it is maddening. This idea that your personal goals aren't worthy. That I just find it absurd. It's like if you're trying to do something better with yourself in regards to your health and fitness, this is a health and fitness podcast. We mostly talk about that. So that's context. But let's say you just want to look a certain way. Maybe you want to be leaner through the waist. Maybe you want a bit more badonkadonk. Maybe you want broader shoulders. Maybe you feel small and frail and you want to get big and more imposing so that you have more confidence in how you interact with people in the world around you. Okay. To me, that sounds very reasonable. Those are all great goals and really fun to try and program and work towards those goals with clients and friends and anybody else who wants to. But what if you're like, hey, I want to do this thing? And another coach came up to you and said, that's not a good goal. That's not worthwhile. If your only goal is to change how you look, that's not good enough. You have to be able to do the splits. You have to be able to climb trees. You have to be able to do whatever niche thing they're super interested in. That would be a shitty thing for them to say to you. You can definitely reframe that. You can, if you are a young, skinny guy, say me when I was 16 or 17, and I said, I want to get bigger and stronger. And the coach is like, well, there's more to it than that. We really need to work on your athleticism. We need to make sure that you have some good movement capability. As you get more capable and you get stronger, you will get bigger. You will get more broad. You will look more like the way you want to look. So we reframe it. But if someone just said, no, I don't do that, not interested in that, not only is that coach sort of shooting themselves in the foot by saying they're not capable of either reframing those goals to something that makes more sense in how training adaptations really work, or they don't understand that. And if it's a friend, that's probably even worse. If it's a coach, you can get a new one. You know, there's a million of us. If I don't work for you, somebody else will. There's so many options. But if a friend comes up to you, and this is a hard one, if you're like, nah, I'm tired of the way I feel, I'm tired of looking at myself in the mirror and being unhappy. I want to lose some weight. I want to get leaner. I want to develop my curves. I want to have bigger arms. I want big, like, fuck off kangaroo traps and shoulders. And your friend's like, that's dumb. That's stupid. Why would you want to change anything? Why would you want to put in that effort? Why would you want to be other than I expect you to be? Which is really what they're saying. It's a horribly disheartening thing. And I'm seeing so much of it on the internet. I don't get it. I don't get it. Your goals are not my goals. My goals are not your goals. They don't have to be. If you just want huge arms, great. Go for it. You know, as a coach, I'll say, we're going to need to do other stuff to keep you healthy. But if that's your goal, great. If your goal is to be faster, cool. So why are performance goals faster, stronger, more capable considered more worthy than aesthetic goals? Bodybuilding is an entire sport slash art built around sculpting your body to look a certain way. It's a hugely immersive world that takes a massive amount of dedication and hard work. That's fine. They're also going to be stronger, faster, and more capable than 99% of people on the planet, even though that's not their primary goal of training. More than anything, as a coach or a professional in this field, you should be promoting training in all forms. Now, I will say there's some stuff I find incredibly goofy and is marketed in a way that makes it sound like a panacea of training where you can do everything if you just do functional patterns. And it's like, no, no one does that and becomes top tier fighter or athlete in any field. It's too hokey. It's not. It's just all sparkle and no substance. But if someone chooses that as the most engrossing way for them to train, the thing that makes them happy and they enjoy it, that is my job. That is every coach's job. You don't have to train my way, but getting people moving, getting people healthier because they are moving and more focused on how to look after themselves is our job. And to say as a coach that just wanting to get bigger and stronger, just wanting to lose weight, whatever body change it is, isn't good enough is a disservice to literally anyone that has to listen to that. And if it's your friends or your family, that's hard because you're kind of running into that situation of, bro, you've changed. Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. We're not supposed to stay the same. We're supposed to be learning and improving always. We don't want to stay the same. Staying the same is stagnation. Stagnation is death. We have to improve and grow and develop and adapt. And when you finally understand that, but the people around you don't, that can be an incredibly challenging situation because it creates rifts in friend groups. It creates divisions within families. And ultimately, you have to decide what's most important to you. Now, in the reverse, when you hang out with a lot of people who are constantly growing and developing themselves, putting in work towards things that are important to them, even if your goals aren't the same, being around those people will help you stay on track, will inspire you, and help instill discipline so that you are working towards what you want. Something, what is it? Rising tides lift all ships kind of thing. If all your friends are moving up, you're going to move up with them. Otherwise, you're not going to stay friends with them. And if all your friends are stagnant, staying there, moving down, you're going to have a hard time moving up. So peer pressure can be very positive or it can be very negative. Choosing your peer groups to the best of your ability, influencing them for positivity is really important too. But don't ever confuse your goals as the only correct ones. Don't confuse your expertise and experience as the only experience or the only valuable expertise. That's a silly thing. Getting people moving, getting people bigger and stronger makes them better in every domain. If you get a skinny teenager and they're like, I just want to get bigger, great. Use that motivation to make them fast, strong, and capable. And if they're becoming more capable, stronger, faster, they will get bigger. They will get stronger because all those attributes require more muscle mass. So everything is just kind of about framing, isn't it? So focus on what's important to you. Focus on what your ideal is. And don't get that confused with others. And don't let other people confuse their ideals or lack of with yours. Don't let them push you around. Push them towards positivity. And that's a hard thing. And really, gosh, it's just been bugging me. This last week I just kept seeing it. I don't know if it's some sort of hippy dippy synchronicity. The stars are aligning to show me all this weird my way is the only way stuff within an industry with an infinite amount of nuance. But it did. And so that's my rant for today. Now, let's do some shout outs. I've got one client in particular I want to shout out. Amy, who is a member of the group. She spent like a month in the U.S. She works in Jakarta, family in the U.S. And she was training on the road and absolutely killing it. And just the adaptability. I love working with people who are on the road because it's a challenge for me. It's a challenge for them. But when they get things lined up and they learn their systems and what they need to do to stay on track for their goals while working out of hotels, working out of campsites or, gyms and just traveling with bands, whatever their system is. When they make it work, it kind of shows that anyone can make it work. You don't need anything fancy. You got a couple bands? Great. You can lose fat and gain muscle. Doesn't take a ton of time. What's that? You only got 30 minutes a day? All right, let's put it into 2 15-minute workouts. Done. You're still going to see progress. So Amy is embodying that because she's back on the road for 2 weeks, and we've just programmed around the gym that is at a hotel, and the only thing we know about it is from the pictures in the reviews of the hotel. So I took a look at that machinery and whatever stuff they had in those photos. I'm like, okay, we're programming using this. Adaptability. It's a great thing to see. And then shout out to everyone on the Booty team. So we had that call out a few weeks back for folks to join the Booty building pilot team. And I think next week is the end of the first training block. There's 2 training blocks going over, I'm blanking here, 10 weeks. And it's really nice to see. Great amount of feedback. They're doing a really good job. So I just want to shout out to them for thanks for getting out there and putting in the effort. It's not a small program. And a few of them are very new to training, but they're taking it in stride and doing a really good job of ironing out any challenges in that program so then it can be delivered to you. Now, that's about it for shout outs and announcements. I just want to say, if you're not already in the Become Strong for Life Facebook group, join up. If you're catching this on Spotify or Apple, please make sure that you do subscribe, leave a review, provide some feedback, send me a message. Join the group. Join the group. Join the conversation. That's what it's all about. I'm not actually just sitting here talking to myself, although it may look that way. I'm talking to you. and everyone in the group who gives me inspiration and questions and things to think about every week. So I hope to see you there. And in the meantime, enjoy your week.